If you can't explain it simply, you don't know it well enough. Hey there, how's it going, you guys? Thanks for joining me for another episode of Bitcoin and Coffee. I'll be your host, Eugene Forrest. So, what do we got going on tonight with these crazy cryptocurrency markets? Sliding backwards under that $40,000 mark. Some people saying it was at the top. Is this as far as we're going? Is it going to slide backwards? Only if you're new to Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies, and you don't understand what's happening. We see Ethereum taking big climbs upwards, reaching an all-time high, sliding backwards just a little bit again. This is great. You know, soon we're going to have all of the news about Ethereum overtaking Bitcoin, the flippening. Not to be had, though, right? Smart contracts are a great innovation. That's why everybody's excited about Polkadot and all the things that are happening over there. We can see the monster gains that you can make by investing in these altcoins. But it's still, we constantly talk about how traders are always losing funds, right? The best thing you can do is dollar cost average into Bitcoin. Think about the long-term goals, right? This is a marathon, not a race. And you know who is my racing partner? Is my lovely co-host, Sammy.
Good evening, everyone.
So, Samantha, how are you doing over there this evening?
Pretty good.
It's been a minute since we've been out here.
It has. It has.
Have you missed our friends?
Of course.
So, we're watching the price of Bitcoin come down. It seems so weird to say the price of Bitcoin coming down and talking about $35,588 is what I think I seen a moment ago.
Yep. Yeah. It's a tad off-putting.
I guess PTSD from how bad the bear market was for true Bitcoin hodlers. I mean, I believe that we're in the bull market. Yeah. I believe that we have quite a ways to go to the upside. I think that we're going to have these retracements. You know, the name of game with Bitcoin has always been volatility. So do we got anybody over there, Samantha?
Oh, we have people.
I see you smirking.
No, we have MS Biddy.
Mike, nice, buddy. I'm glad that you could join us. It's always a pleasure to have you guys here joining us. Please, if you're out there, don't lurk in the dark. Let Samantha know that you're here. We're just trying to continue to have that roundtable discussion, right, Samantha?
Zaza's here. He says, pull coming out of the coffee cup. Okay, so just because we have a decent amount of rain, we're in Florida, and we don't have good enough coverage to do it outside. And Eugene doesn't like to do it on our front porch, even though it's gigantic, because it's like a tin roof. So the sound, he doesn't. So we went and got ourselves a canopy. So the pole coming out of the coffee cup.
You can see it coming out of the coffee cup.
It's a little candy cane looking, but yeah, it is one of the poles to the canopy. So, yeah, but now what? Now we can roll in the rain.
Well, as long as it's not like torrentially downpouring where the wind blows sideways, but when we got that light sprinkling, which happens frequently here, hopefully we'll be able to continue to do the show. So, as always, you know, we're working to improve what we can around here. We had already mentioned that we might not be able to go pass out flyers, you know, this year. Still trying to continuously adapt what the relevance is of the show in the cryptocurrency space. We haven't seen the onboarding of people like was always anticipated. You know, so there hasn't been that need to show people how to buy Bitcoin and store Bitcoin properly, which is, you know, what our main focus was in the beginning. Then we ran around trying to tell people about Bitcoin during the bear market at places that seem inviting, right?
Yeah, we went for the fact that everybody should be like pretty tolerant. Like, yes.
And now it's just that people that are invested in Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies and holding their private keys and here for the long haul and aren't working for an entity, right? Who isn't the cryptocurrency consultant for whatever, blah, 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 hedge fund, corporation. We're going to be few and far between. So, as always, continuing to help keep our head in the game, continue the conversation. This is what we're always doing, right?
All right, TD is here now. He said that he wasn't getting notifications for some reason when we were on.
Oh, buddy, that sucks. Well, you got to check and make sure it says all, because they got the occasionally, which is what it defaults to.
They also like to just kind of like, I don't know, stop after a while. Like if for some reason, I've noticed, yes, because our Sin Guru, we've had to go back and find him occasionally. Because I guess, you didn't see the first couple, like there's been enough videos in between that, yeah. Listen, YouTube is no one's friend but YouTube's. So, yeah.
Well, I mean, we see how their centralized media is controlling the flow of information.
I love it. I love it. It's just like, really? Go. Oh, and Parlor's back up, just in case anybody's wondering. Because that needs to happen.
I mean, I don't know. It's the double-edged sword. Right? 1 minute it's somebody that you don't like, some organization you don't like. The next minute it's something that you actually believe in, right? So,
yeah. All right, wait. Where are we at? Okay, Mike says he's hobbling over to share some thoughts. Yes, because he is still on crutches, and I'm assuming a cast. Yes, broken ankleness. Fractured ankleness is not ever good. All right. Mike says if this group got large, we'd all lose touch. That is true. He also says that we are not your millennial kids into BTC. We are older, deeper thinking group of people. We are laid back and aware of control. I mean, yes. Okay. So I guess it is structure, and patience is like an older thing. Like that is one of those things you get as you get older, and the more shit that happens to you, you grow more patient and more, So yeah.
Well, what? Just put yourself in the mindset, right? You're a young person, you're 18, 19, 20 years old, right? You want money number go up. You get hooked up with one of these third-party affiliates that make it simple, like PayPal now. You buy Bitcoin, you wait 6 months, you sell back to PayPal.
I mean, that just sounds back-assed, but whatever.
I mean, other than that, then you're the 18, 19, 20-year-old who has thoughts of technology, right? Innovation. You start digging deeper into what is Bitcoin? Why am I holding it? Why is the money value going up? Right before, that's what everybody talked about. Now it's not necessary. Now you can find people that'll just sit around and talk technical analysis and say it's going up because it's the next gold, it's the next store of value, but not why is this happening? What is the power behind decentralization? How are these countries using excessive amounts of power as, Bitcoin batteries? So we see the price going up now, and we keep contributing it to the companies and the entities. We're yet to see the standard mom and pop investor to come in, but we do see the bridge work being built through the entities to be able to offer the Bitcoin that they're holding, but they kind of don't look like they really want to give it up.
Oh, damn it.
You see what I'm saying? Like they're going to hold a whole bunch of it, and they're going to let you have it on paper, and then you kind of got to sell it back to them. And supposedly you're going to make or lose money. But we know from being here that 90% of traders lose money. So they're just finding another gimmick to go ahead and start manipulating the average everyday person. And it's just the next form of world reserve currency. Because in the background, we're all going to know, us and the companies and countries are going to know the power behind the decentralized nature, and we're going to be paying each other with it. The countries and companies will be paying each other with it.
Yeah.
Because no one's trusting each other. And that's what we're seeing this year, is that they're just going to print the dollar. right?
Oh God, they're just gonna super print the dollar.
I mean,
Like
what, $1,400 checks now coming out,
Oh, and more to come, and more
more
to
to
come.
come.
Mhm.
Buy Bitcoin, right? Buy Bitcoin.
For the love of God, buy Bitcoin. Like, feed your family and yourself and buy Bitcoin. Those are the only yeah. I mean, and just like the yelling lady doing whatever and all of this crap. I mean, okay, it's inevitable. There is going to be regulations. There is going to be. I mean, governments at some point are going to want it all and not want their people to have it. So how do you do that? Well, you tell them it's illegal or it's wrong or it's this or it's that, and you're in the wrong trading class and you can't do this. So I mean, I don't.
We seen earlier in American history, right, when you had to turn over your gold.
Oh yeah, that was cool.
So I mean, there could be a time where they're like right now, this tax form of this year is asking you directly if you had any dealings with cryptocurrencies.
You have no runabouts, no way of oops, I didn't know.
Even on the easy form, it's going to ask you.
Yeah.
So keep track of it for a few years, and then tell everybody that they can't have it. Right? These are the things that people are afraid of.
I mean, because that is, I mean, I don't know, that would be the next logical move. I mean, if you're trying to win, okay, I mean, how do you get your opponent to give you their stuff? Okay, well, apparently this is how.
I don't know. We always like to picture a perfect world, but in reality, the average person is not intelligent enough to figure out that you can use these things for the illicit activities, to free the country, to empower yourself, right? That's not what they do. They just go out and lose what little bit of money they have, right? They go out and send it to the wrong address and lose it forever. Or they go send it to a scam and get ripped off, and then want to go boo-hoo about how the space needs to be regulated better because no one told them that they shouldn't have sent their Ethereum off because they're not going to get a 1 to 4 return for no reason but sending it on the network.
Okay, I mean, yes. Just some people really, I guess, think that I have never gotten anything for free in my life. Okay, no matter if it was free, it wasn't really free. Nothing is ever free.
Right.
Nothing except like the air you breathe, if you want to think that way. So yes. And I mean, originally that's why we got here, was because there was so many scams and there were so many people saying I lost all of my life savings, or I lost a big chunk of my life savings and I have to start over, but I don't want to get out of crypto. And it's like, but
I don't know. Sometimes it always makes me wonder in retrospect, because it's like, why did you have your life savings in Bitcoin in such early days when everybody was so nervous about this? And I can understand wanting, to invest and have a rich future, right? Like I'm probably over invested in compared to what other people the same age are, right? Invested in Bitcoin. But at the same time, I could lose it all and it really wouldn't affect me and you, Samantha, right? Like we wouldn't go around crying and losing everything that we have and go homeless on the street because of it.
No, that's not how that works.
Well, I mean, but that's what you hear it's like from these people.
Yes. But no, I'm not saying it would not be incredibly hard and not okay and super, but no.
I don't know. The story always seems to be spun to be a little more than what it really is, right? The FUD is thick and the FOMO's hard.
It is. It's a lot of high school in here. It's a lot of high school. All right.
Man, I was bummed out that Ross Ulbricht didn't get pardoned.
I was bummed out that the Tiger King
that was ridiculous. They had the limo waiting like that, but yeah, Ross Ulbricht isn't getting nothing. I mean,
I know, right? I mean, yeah, I'm at a loss for words.
I mean, of course, that's how you would see something like this out. But I mean,
Trump must really actually hate.
It's gonna be a while now, right? I mean, it's a long time until we could even see, because without a pardon, he's not getting out.
Oh, dude, I think he's doing like 15 more years or something.
And what, you only see presidents do these things on their way out.
Yeah,
So, I mean, we got 4 years now.
I don't know.
I know they can do it at any time, but it
Yeah.
always seems like when they're on their
I
way
think that's
out,
when they
that's
get
when
like,
they get,
yeah.
they
I think
get
that's when they get the
frisky about it.
buttload.
Well, they got to set themselves up. You know, you sign a bunch of pardons, you get a bunch of donations.
Right. Right. You get some stocks or shares out of the deal. Whatever. You know, whatever may happen. I know. See, we should have just.
Oh, I see you clicking. Do we got people in the chat? You guys want to talk about anything? What are you
Zaza
guys
was
thinking?
Hyder show because yes, he said Donald done effed up. With what the Lil Wayne. Okay, we all thought that too. Lil Wayne, little freaking Wayne.
There was another rapper too, wasn't there?
Oh yeah, like Kuko, Kubu, Keepy-Doo-Boo. I don't know. Yes, I don't know rappers. I'm too old. My people were Dr. Dre. Okay, it's Snoop Dogg before Eminem.
Before Eminem.
Just saying. Okay, but yes, it was somebody else. I mean, okay, Lil Wayne had like gun charges as a felon or something. So, I mean, it's not awesome, but I mean, really, he couldn't have stuck out like the 6 or 10 years he had. I mean, whatever it was. I don't know. I don't actually know. I know that I remember when that dude's face wasn't
famous
jacked
rich
up.
people pardon type stuff. So
that's why it was like, and you didn't do the Tiger King.
And you didn't do the Tiger King.
That's what I'm saying. Whew. So tattooed face, Trump's mullet. Every time.
I hear that they want to name a highway after him down here in Florida now. So
like Tiger King or like his real name?
No, Trump.
Oh. We don't have a Trump Boulevard. Are you serious? I mean, you
were talking about mullets, so
I think he has a comb over. I mean, I'm thinking it would be Boulevard, Avenue, Street. No, see, those don't sound.
It's going to be a highway.
Memorial. Trump Memorial Highway. That makes sense.
President Trump Memorial Highway.
You are so shot out. So shot out.
So what are you guys thinking about this evening? What are you guys feeling about Bitcoin and everything that's happening out there? I mean, we have what? We heard statistics, Samantha, that 60% of the world lives on $5.50 or under a day.
Yeah. That's a lot.
That is a lot of people.
Yeah. That's a lot of not, man. Like,
what? They say that there's somewhere between 7 and 8 billion people on Earth.
I mean, granted that $5.50. I mean, if we're going with American or what, that could be but
I mean, that's
still not a lot.
That's like 3.5 billion people are living off of under $5.50 a day. I mean, this is where Bitcoin is going to help. But the problem is from my enthusiasm in the beginning, I don't see it happening, right? I see the corporations and the entities and regulation and all of this consuming Bitcoin and using it for their needs. Because, of course, they have the same needs that we have, right? They don't trust each other. The governments and the corporations don't trust each other. They still have to have a means of payment. They still have to transact value between each other. Well, this works wonderfully for them, just like it'll work wonderfully for us. But they have time, right? They can take the time to understand things. They can take the time to wait out the markets. They can wait for price stabilization. They can wait for network development. The average person has trouble because they don't have any money saved to live past this week that they're in and the work that they're doing, right? So how do you save? How do you invest in cryptocurrency and say, this is going to pay off in 10 years from now when you don't have any money to pay rent, pay your electricity, keep gas in your car?
Benton's here. He says
Benton,
an
buddy.
war is underway It will be like whack-a-mole. The people will decentralize are the people they depend on. Okay, yes. So it will be whack-a-mole. I do think that was definitely what the Capitol felt like, was whack-a-mole. So why not? That makes sense. He says it's a short-term pullback at the moment, but I think we are close. Oh, that will close the year somewhere around 50K. And Mike says you do not have to consider that we own global strategic assets. What does that mean in the world scheme of things? Yes, yes. Like how countries are going to be paying each other in this shit. For real.
That's what I mean. That's how I'm feeling lately. Is that now that we're actually seeing and witnessing the companies? Next we're saying it's going to be a FAANG corporation, and then a country. How we're hearing the ones that aren't part of the SWIFT system, right? Iran and Venezuela are starting to try to collect cryptocurrency for their armies and their government. They're going to do what we've always talked about with the revolution, but for themselves. You know what I mean? This is how America is going to be able to do trade with China when we don't trust them at all.
And we have treaties against it and these things. But hey, who cares? Because it's okay. It's not. We're not. Yes, there's no trust, but we're still transacting.
I mean, it doesn't mean that that's not going to make this go up in value. It doesn't mean that there isn't going to be innovation. It just means that the average person like me and you, we're going to be few and far between, and it's going to become extremely difficult for us to continue to stay on the network and hold our Bitcoin and not cash out, right? Not lose our place, because we're never going to back the Bitcoin that we have, right? If you sell out and you buy in again, you're never going to buy back the same exact amount.
Yeah, I think that is definitely our takeaway, is that there is no going back.
There is no going back.
Never. I mean, all of your life philosophies need to go with, seriously, you got to keep on swimming, keep on moving, just like, yes, because you can't go backwards, and you're never going to get it back. We have told ourselves so many times, I don't even want to remember what our Satoshi pricing was and how many, okay? Because no, not cool. Not cool. It's okay. All right, where are we at? Truth Monster says Janet Yellen should be in jail. She's talking smack about BTC. Oh, she makes me want to barf in my mouth. Okay, she makes me too. Have you seen her face, bro? Oh, all right.
It'll be short-lived, information. We keep hearing these kinds of things. The fact that this is how she comes at it, it just seems outdated and old, because the last administration, right, they were at least saying, hey, we have to regulate this because everybody's becoming invested in it. We have to have regulation to fit the times and the needs of the people, as we see banks and corporations wanting to put this on their books. Right. And then all of a sudden on day one, she's coming in and saying illegal, illicit activities. Well, I mean, we know, and if there's ever conversation, you can prove statistically that that's not true. So it just makes her look like a fool. And then it's the same old rhetoric that's easily debased. So I don't think it's anything. I think it's just more fun. It's more just talk.
I mean, yes.
There's going to be too much other things on the books that have to be handled, especially with another $2 trillion stimulus program coming up, to bother trying to fight Bitcoin with somewhat regulation.
No, I mean, I don't think she's going to get to do that before the Trump impeachment and before all of the executive order crap that he's going to be like spewing out this entire week and everything else. So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's not going to be in the foreseeable future when anybody is putting this on the table to begin with.
No, but then, I mean, what? We just watched Grayscale the other day put another $600 million or something worth of Bitcoin.
Dude, they are hungry hippoing like no tomorrow.
So, no, it's not going anywhere.
Nope. All right, Zaza says that I am a Bitcoin maxi, but I even appreciate some of the alts because they can't stop these networks no matter how hard they try. I mean, that is true. That is the upside to that.
It's that alts just require a lot of your attention, right? Like, I mean, I think I read that there's an old privacy coin that's under 51% attack right now. You have to stay up to date, and you never know what's going to happen with these altcoins. You have to pick the good ones, and you have to know when to get in and when to get out. And yes, you should increase your Satoshis.
All right. It's like, like altcoins are like dogs and babies. Like they need a lot of attention or they die. Like a lot. You can't leave them in cars. You can't you have to feed them and water them. But as you get older, there isn't that problem. I mean, I think I guess, yes. Alts are like babies. They really are. And I mean, it's cool. It's just, I'm definitely not a patient person and I didn't like babies the first go around.
So. I don't know. Altcoins require, like, we've seen so many come and go, right? So many have their 15 minutes of shame and 15 minutes of fame. And it's like, to know when to buy and when to sell on an altcoin is hard. And then to do it versus Bitcoin. That's where the real problem is that most of the time, even if you do play the game, if you went back and you look at a single investment in Bitcoin and then your profits and versus, you probably would have been better off. You probably would have less of a tax liability.
Yeah. As it says, I mean, number-wise, they can't stop them all. I gotcha. Mass numbers and
I don't know. It's one of those things that you got to learn and try for yourself. I mean, I learned a lot trying to trade too. I learned how to set the stop losses and set the markets and read some charts and understand technical analysis better. So I'm not saying that not to do it. I'm just saying be smart about it.
Oh, BTC Moon Guy.
BTC Moon Guy. Nice, buddy.
Hi. All right.
Well, I don't really have any more written down. There hasn't been a ton of news. It is that the price of Ethereum is up. People are super excited about that, expecting, for what? It's a double, triple, quadruple.
Forever. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, what? They got the IP, Ethereum Improvement Protocol, the one that could possibly burn mining fees or not burn, like...
Yeah, the gas misinterest.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, we're at 2.0.
I mean, and they're moving towards staking. We're continuing to see more and more Ethereum posted on staking. I mean, DeFi is all running on Ethereum. There is great value to the network. I mean, they are continuing to find something, right? One thing after another to continue to keep Ethereum's lifeblood alive. Smart contracts are going to evolve into something. So the value of it is going to go up. I mean, even as we sit here and look, I don't watch Ethereum's price. I think it's 1,400 right now.
Oh yeah, I haven't checked it in a minute.
But as it's about to go up, it's the same kind of deal as Bitcoin. It does have untold potential. It's just, what is your time frame, right? Can you wait? Because Bitcoin has already been through quite a few battles. It is going to make it for Ethereum to follow quickly behind and suit, but Ethereum will still have to prove its own, especially in the future when it comes time to have to be better than Bitcoin or do something amazing with these smart contracts that the average every single day person can utilize. Because that's what we're still yet to see. We've found plenty of ways to rip off the average everyday person with Ethereum.
That happened quite a lot.
But we are yet to find the way to enhance their life with the Ethereum blockchain.
Yeah. Oh, the pothead's here. Hi, the
pothead, buddy. Nice. I'm glad that you're here, my friend. Well, I'm finishing up this cup of coffee. I'm glad that you guys came out here and hung out with us again this evening. Please comment in the chat. Let us know if there's anything you want to talk about. I would never cut an episode short. Like Samantha said, we did put up the awning. We are going to be continuing to try to get out here. We're trying to continue to make it so that we get out here regardless. I know that we'll have mosquitoes here soon as it starts to warm up. So I'm going to get stuff, right? Because last time I know that it was
a lot, man.
It was a lot. Yeah.
We probably deeded ourselves and added like 1 year less for real. It was a whole summer. Yeah.
Is there anything over there in the chat?
The pothead saying that we're awesome.
We're just getting out here trying to hang out, right?
We try.
We could be in there watching some rerun on television,
I like
right?
Bob's
We could
Burgers.
be eating some French bread pizza, gaining an extra pound.
Mm.
We
French bread
could be
pizza and Bob's
staring at
Burgers.
Facebook on social media, learning nothing. I think that this is a much better option. Communicating with like-minded individuals, fighting in this revolution by keeping the conversation going, and advancing our knowledge by just being honest about what Bitcoin and the blockchain can do for us.
Nice cat.
Yeah, right? What it can
Oh.
do for us, right? Where can we make money? How do we use it? What's the best way to store it? How do we keep it from getting ripped off?
Well, TD said that we made his evening. Yay.
Awesome.
And the Pothead and Truth Monster should be besties because they both want the pizza. He says, pizza, I got the budgies. And French bread pizza, yum. Oh, and Zaza is also pizza. It's always a winner. I personally like pizza too. All kinds.
We actually had a good one the other day. I got, what was it? It was like white sauce with spinach and
with salami and
salami.
roasted red pepper.
Yeah,
and
on the super thin crust.
Something else. Yeah. All right. The Pothead says hodl strong.
Of course. I mean, what? They're talking about technical analysis. We're forming a triangle. And of course, the triangle has to break to the upside or the downside. You can never determine. Some people think that, we may get a little fake out, then shoot to the upside. We know that there's a liquidity crunch. We know that the price is going to go up. We know that the anticipations are anywhere between 100,000 and 200,000 this cycle for the bubble. We're expecting a pullback to 50K. Right at the bottom of a bear market on the backside of this. Let's live like that then, right?
Yeah.
All right, you guys. I appreciate you guys coming here and hanging out with us this evening. It means a lot, as always. There's all kinds of links down below to take you to social media platforms in case you're not getting the notifications from YouTube. There's also a donational address. If you got any extra Satoshis laying around, clean out the wallet with the dust, you can toss it our way. We're not for profit. None of it goes to buying us anything, but it does cost money to keep some of this running. We're also trying to see if we can't get together some money. Maybe we can pass out flyers at one of these events if we can get some flyers together. But you guys are the greatest. Remember, take care of yourselves and your BTC. Later, guys.
Bye, guys.